Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be reacting, and I know I'm doing this a little late. The official presentation deep dive along with the game modes deep dive. I usually do them the morning of. I've been kind of slacking on them because I've been doing having a lot to do separately, prepping for my other hockey channel, and also playing honestly a lot of other games. I've just been playing. I had been playing a lot of Wildlands, and I started on Origins, but didn't feel like it was the right time to get into some bigger, like a big game like that just yet. So I have stopped playing that, and I'm continuing on with some FIFA. I know, NHL 23 is coming out soon. I won't be able to get into it on day one, mainly because I will be in Toronto to see some family. But today we're going to be reacting to the presentation deep dive, and we're going to see what this is all about. I've seen some stuff. I didn't because I had not reacted to this since it came out. But at the same time, I don't think I've seen everything. So hopefully there's something new in here that I've seen. And then of course the deep dive game modes deep dive. I've not seen any of that. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
Welcome to the NHL 23 presentation deep dive. Let's start by talking through the all-new Stanley Cup celebration.
We've really upped our game when it comes to the Stanley Cup celebration. In previous years, we've had a non-interactive sequence, and that's worked pretty well. But this year, we wanted to give the players some agency that's fully interactive. One of the biggest wish fulfillment moments is that tradition in the real
There we go.
who gets the cup next. We're going to populate the list of names based on
Nice.
65 different stories.
Yeah, that is nice.
From the veteran
The fact that you get to choose who's next,
Stanley Cup to the
that's amazing. Like, who deserves it the most, right?
user selects a player.
Like, if I think about anyone on the Canucks right now, oh my god. There we go. So they bring stats into the commentary. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Chicago winning a cup.
But we've also added effects
No,
falling from the roof and
not anytime soon.
sparklers that are
Sparklers are pretty nice. Confetti's pretty nice. Some of the confetti doesn't lay on the ice, right? Oh my... I think I've seen this.
fulfillment where you finally get to see your name etched on the Stanley Cup
Oh, yes.
of the team is. You're ultimately going
Yes.
in the Stanley Cup.
That is wonderful.
It's a total revamp.
We barely will see the Stanley Cup up close. If there's a Stanley Cup viewer within franchise, that would be very nice. So you can see it. Ooh.
From a wide shot, just a great
Yes. Oh, finally, they fixed this.
we're like, let's ship with that. Inside of eShul World of Chell, we give users
Oh, come on.
to kind of create their own tradition. You can have teddy bears,
Teddy bears.
aliens,
Those are great.
you can have fish, plastic rats, and roses.
Wow, okay. I wonder if that can be done for player specific goals.
We did a total overhaul of the crowd audio this year. When something happens on the ice, you'll hear it from the crowd. The home team gets a penalty. The home team is going to get on the referee and start booing them. At first, it'll be subtle, but as that penalty differential kind of grows, as do the boos. If you're playing a game where you
Yeah. Oh,
win an OT, you're going to get a completely different animation that is properly representing
yes.
how hyped the home team is.
Love it.
Because we're in need of some maintenance, we knew we wanted to add some more emotion. If you're familiar with what we call on-ice projections, these big animated graphics that get projected onto the ice during the pregame, we've added them here. And
Nice.
it's for authentic teams, but it's also for World of Chell and eShul.
I really hope the Canucks ones has that like Marvel type thing they did do every year, where they instead of the Marvel logo, it's the Canucks logo. I wish they kind of do something with that.
Chell and eShul users can change their colors, and it really adds to this incredible atmosphere.
That's the thing. I'm kind of worried that when he says Word of Shell and you show like you won't be able to do it in like franchise mode, maybe, or maybe you can. Maybe you can like customize a team's presentation beforehand, and then go into franchise, and then you'll see it.
To select and customize whichever flag they want from all the major hockey nations.
That actually is pretty good
Fully 3D with
in terms of the authenticity of the
that face-off moment to show
starter play and everything.
stats but not slow the gameplay down. Really, it's about the leaderboard giving you
Oh, thank God.
deep insights. It can
Thank you. Finally cleaned up the top points, later league leaders and everything.
The proper skin shading model and eye shading model by aligning with
Skovsky, okay.
titles. We have a massive amount of engineering power that we can access. We have the skin dual lobe shader, which allows us to adjust the light bouncing
Oh, look at the OV.
dermis and hitting the oil on top of the skin, so we can simulate sort of mild exertion.
The hair doesn't look as great. Like Zegers, yes.
We have the dual lobe shading on the eyes also, so it represents like the spectrum.
Okay, if the hair was moving, that would have looked a lot nicer if you're spinning around and moving.
Reflecting off the eyes. I know people really like metal things. People love shiny things. This is us pushing our
No. The copper, not copper, but like this chrome helmets. Oh, those are so annoying. Oh, they blind me sometimes. God.
you can pick a mirrored visor within the customization flow. Players look super cool. You can go all metallic.
God. OV with a mirrored visor? Nah.
We're getting realistic visualizations of equipment and we're bringing them into the game. New unique geometry for goalie gear, player helmets, player skates, and player gloves.
Okay.
So done about 200.
I am gonna do be a pro, so.
And we've been updating our generic head pool to
Yeah, usually I start with my franchise or my GM or whatever, whichever term you would have used, but this year I'm gonna start with be a pro.
not just in our star heads, but on our generic head pool.
I've not chosen a name yet, though. It's only 2 weeks left.
Televisions, and we also have ice displacement that happens on the ice, so you get this realistic ice buildup that accumulates around the goalie and then around the sides of the boards. Skate spray accumulation
I want to take like the first
really help bring up
first few letters of my first name, first few letters of my last name, and try to make a name out of it.
Presentation. We'll see you again
Not bad though.
with the upcoming Game Modes Deep Dive.
All right, not bad. We had a pretty decent amount of things here. I think the main thing was not the main thing, but
Under the hood. 65 different
there you go. Choosing, who you want to pass off the cup to next. 3 people. Obviously, it goes way more than your typical 3 that you're gonna get in this game. But obviously, it would be nice to switch it up a little bit, and possibly get that person who wouldn't usually get the cup to hold the cup at the end of the game. I think that would be pretty cool. If we just go by 5s, Stanley Cup presentations, obviously Zucker. Like I'm gonna slowly kind of go through here. Now that's a pretty cool one to have your name on the trophy. One thing I obviously mentioned while the thing was going on, like, are we gonna be able to have a Stanley Cup viewer where we can view the Stanley Cup? Is it possible for that to happen? Another thing, kind of like a side note of this, not directly connected, is the history book, like where you can see past stats of past teams, or your stats from the past year, or your current stats, your stats as a general manager. What's your record as a general manager, right? I think that would be pretty cool. Obviously, hat tricks, having hats fully on the ice, that actually is pretty cool. Obviously, being able to change that to an individual player, say in something like franchise, is something that I would look forward to, but I'm not going to give I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, it's going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, because I do not know. He did mention Shell and Easterl, right? So, yeah, fish, teddy bears, roses, rats. Rats for Florida would make a lot of sense. Other than that, what was it? Gameplay atmosphere. Obviously, that's coming down to the crowd noises, how they react to certain situations on the ice. I appreciate that as well. I think that's something that we can kind of work upon, work with. And make work going into the future. Obviously, there can be more done to the crowd itself in terms of the actual models. If we can have players coming down the stairs from grabbing popcorn or drinks and then sitting down, like that's a small thing. You don't have to have too many animations for that. Just to have something to make it seem maybe towards the end of a period, people are starting to walk towards the exit, right? to go to the washroom or something like that. That would be pretty cool to see. People getting up from their seats and going and doing that. But you know, I think it'll be some time till we actually get that. I think when we get fully next gen and then we move away from the current, not next gen, well, fully current gen and then move away from the previous gen, then we'll see those differences. The celebrations are pretty nice. I'm really hoping the Swayman Allmark, you know, that hug is in there. I think that would be pretty cool to see. Oh my god, on ice projections are something else, and plus the fact that we're going to be getting anthems as well is amazing. Like, it just adds to you know, the gameplay presentation in a way where if you're streaming and you're right about to go into a big game and the anthems come on, it's just like it feels great, you know. But yeah, and then there's augmented reality. Now, finally, they have an actual league leader and like hits and stuff, and hopefully this is like a live one, and it doesn't just show you your lead leaders and hits, and it just, you know, says, oh, he passed this person that last game. And I hope it's like during the game they show you this and it actually updates live rather than you know, it just updates it from the previous. Like, it does look like a player does go up. Like, if you look here, I think Matthew Kachuk goes up. So it looks like he might have just had a hit. Same thing with Dunn. Looks like Trubo went up. Alexander Venture went up. Panarin went up. Gensel went up. I think we're going to see stats that actually matter. Not the one that says, oh, he has, you know, this is the first time he's facing the Columbus Blue Jackets since being traded, but it's not the team that he was traded from. You know, I don't want those kind of stats. That makes no sense to have. Like, take those stats away. If you're like, oh, this he's facing his former team, right? That makes more sense. Okay, you just traded for a player, now you're facing that team. Okay, but like if it's unnecessary, oh my god, it's been 25 games. He scored 5 goals since he was traded from Columbus, but we're not facing Columbus right now. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? I've seen that happen with so many situations, and it's just annoying, right? The players look okay. Like, the outdoor ones look even better. Obviously, Ovechkin, PD. The ones that are indoor look really weird. Like, and in the hair, like, just, yeah. But look at Zegras' hair, and then look at her hair. Look at Zegras. Look at hers. Look at Zegras. It's almost like they put like a one-piece like polygon and just threw it on there, and it's almost like disrespectful to Sarah Nurse, to be completely honest. And then look at how many polygons you probably have here. The hairs, every individual hair strand, you can see the flow on the ice. With Sarah Nurse, you can probably see the bottom half of her hair like swinging around, but that's about it. I don't think you're going to see really much more than that. You know, there's a lot of great things. Like, look at the Jack Ikes. Oh, the jerseys with the design on the golden parts of the jerseys, that actually looks pretty cool on the elbows. The fact that you can, you know, do a lot more customization, and obviously the items are gonna look a lot more authentic. That means a lot because I'm gonna be playing BA Pro first, like I mentioned. Mirrored mask probably never used, and this is kind of going back to the pads and everything. They kind of look a little bit more authentic. They look a little bit more you know, more like the real thing. I was like pausing for a second. Did I forget the word? But yeah, like it's not bad at all. I honestly can't wait to get into this. I really like. Oh well, there's no women's league as far as I know, right? Yeah, hopefully one day we'll have women's league in the game, and people are gonna complain. Obviously, I don't know why. There's like dozens of men's leagues, but one women's league, 2 women's league, ooh, you know. But like it looks like any like presentation wise, like the ice and everything quickly disappears. But hey, it is what it is. Like, that is the presentation, and I'm pleasantly surprised by a lot of it. Obviously, some of this, like I said, I have seen before. But like seeing some of these things again are pretty nice. But now, let's go straight in to the game modes deep dive. I really hope franchise is really focused on, but here we go.
Welcome to the NHL 23 Game Modes Deep Dive. Let's start by talking franchise mode and the all
Please.
custom leagues.
Okay. Oh, wait a second.
Franchise mode and the all new custom league.
Okay, 32 team expansion draft, custom rosters. Let's actually go through it first.
Any number of teams, any number of games played, divisions, conferences, really customized leagues to the rosters that they wanted to create or share with others. So you can select anywhere from 6 to 48 teams, as well as any number of divisions and conferences within the number of teams that you had. So if you want 48 team, 0 conferences, and 8 divisions setup, you can do that. The original 6 where they just play each other in the league, you can do that. You'll also have the ability to turn off what the minimum cap is. So if you're creating an era from the past, you can turn off the salary cap. But now we're also giving you the granularity of what's the max cap. Dynamic schedules will
Okay.
anything from setting the number of round robin rounds that you want to play. You can even set the number of division games, conference games, interdivision games, interconference.
This is just insane.
And you can set those from anywhere from 20 to 84. You can set wins from anywhere from 1 to 4 points. You can change the points to losses, or you can change the format in which the playoffs are played. And you can also set whether or not the wild card standings format is enabled. And we also have a new thing called the wild card round, which allows you to have a play-in round similar to the NHL bubble back in 2020.
Oh, wildcard round.
You'll be able to change the number of games played in each of those rounds. We support 1 game, 3 games, 5 games, or 7 games, as well as a 2-game aggregate. So if you want to play
5-game play-in?
where you play the first 3 games away and then the next 4 games at home, you can do that. If you want to play an alternating schedule, we allow you to do that as well. If you wanted to change the schedule for the AHL, you can do that. Everything you can do with the NHL schedule or playoff format or the league setup in general, you can do that. If a player this year creates a 48-team custom roster, you're able to go in and after downloading that roster sharing file, you'll go into custom leagues and then you can sub in all the teams that if they're not NHL teams into franchise mode in custom leagues, and then you can recreate the league in whichever way you want.
Okay.
Teams. There's just so many cool things that our players did last year. We really wanted to give them the power to take the next step, having fun in franchise mode.
Okay. That was a lot to take in from franchise. We're gonna take a look at that. I'm not more of a World Shell guy, but
online modes for the first time in franchise history. And now that our matchmaking pools are essentially doubled, you'll be spending less time in the queue.
okay.
The early prototype is promising, and we couldn't be more excited to implement this, as well as continue to work on connecting our players as best as possible. It's worth mentioning that cross-platform matchmaking is also completely optional. It can be toggled on or off by all players. Because of
Okay.
the matchmaking pools, we've updated our servers to better allocate to where our players are based, and added a new server aimed at helping players in the central part of North America. One of the largest quality of life asks we get from our community is the ability to open hockey bags faster. This year, we've added the ability to go quickly from one bag to the other, allowing you to open them at a much faster pace than ever before. We've also added a dedicated strategy screen where you can access our new and existing strategies to fine-tune your team play. You'll also find
Okay.
a wide range of customization options for your team and player. Based on the feedback last year, we've tuned the preset attributes on multiple classes to ensure balance. This includes increasing the starting attributes, giving you a higher starting overall reward pool. We've also added additional loadout slots, giving you more flexibility and choice from game to game.
We understand that having to come into NHL and set your team up for each and every game in online versus, that's not where the fun lies. And we want players to get into that next
Okay. Wait, online versus. Okay, sorry. I phased out for a second.
We want players to get into that next experience, that next game as quickly as possible. So this year, we're giving you the ability to save your lines and strategies for online versus.
Okay. Oh, they're showing the I love how they're showing the X Factors underneath the name itself. That's actually pretty cool. All right, not bad. That was a little bit shorter of a deep dive, but everything they had in franchise was just insane. So obviously you have custom conference leagues and everything. I'm gonna probably not do too much custom stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a 33 team expansion. I'm not gonna control the 33rd team. I'm gonna do Vancouver that I usually do, and what I'm gonna do with my created team, and I know I'm going into something that's a little bit early right now. I can't even tell because I won't probably play until maybe December, maybe late November, if I'm not mistaken. I'm only going to be doing BA Pro for about a month. Maybe I'll do both, BA Pro and my franchise. I'm not just not 100% sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm planning to take a lot of the free agents that are in NHL from the basic roster, put them onto a team, and have that be a team. They'll probably finish last. They'll probably take away a pick from a team that deserves it more. But I think that would be pretty cool to do so. And then if the expansion goes, you'll be able to pick players from each team. Things might change in that case. We'll see. Honestly, like having a team who just is a bunch of misfits from free agency. Not free agency, but the remaining free agents right before the beginning of the season. That's kind of be pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's keep going here. Custom conferences is honestly amazing. Like if we can have, not only have all the Stanley Cup, yeah, it will be there. So we'll have a couple conferences. East and Western Conference, and then we can have a third conference with, SHL teams, a fourth conference with, other teams from around the league, like other leagues, just call them other leagues. I think that's going to be pretty fun to do that, and I think at that point you would have to play 82 games to kind of really feel everything, right? Having an NHL team be beat by a team from overseas, that could be crazy to see. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to kind of explore. But I'm not 100% sure if it will go down to that point, right? For me, at least. But we'll see. Like, obviously, 14 games played. Canucks are on top, yeah. Brucey. 32 teams. Now, this is where it kind of gets crazy. Because not only can you change the teams, conferences, division, you can go and just turn everything upside down. Honestly, the schedule is really comes down to the schedule. Divisions, that makes sense. There we go. Number of games, division games, conference games. So you can literally change the amount of games for each individual division, which is amazing. And you can actually choose how many times you face a certain opponent. You can say, hey, I just want to face this opponent once a year, right? Like not a specific one, but you say, hey, I want to have more divisional games and less league games. That could make sense to an extent. But if you're, facing, your divisional, rivals, a lot more than the other teams, you don't really get a sense of if you'll be able to go even further in the playoffs or win the cup because you have not had as much experience against those teams on the opposite side, I should say. Like, for example, the Eastern Conference, if I'm the Vancouver Canucks, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities with what you can do with this, and I think it's going to be pretty cool to see kind of what happens. Round robin stuff, that sounds pretty cool. Might not mess around with that too much, to be completely honest. Might have a standard format. This is pretty cool, where you can actually set the amount of points you get from every game. I'm probably never going to touch this. If I want to do a football league, and I'm talking about football, the sport that actually uses a foot 99.9% of the time. Sorry. Go play handball. No, egg ball. I'm joking. We can do that. We can do like a 3-point kind of thing where you can you draw, you get 1 point. Oh wait, can we draw? Tie, NA. So it is possible to tie. Huh. But then there's an OT. Can you tie after OT and not go? Can you do continuous? Can you do continuous OT and take the shootout out? Yeah. I would rather do continuous OT. Continuous 3-on-3 rather than playing a shootout. I think that would be pretty fun. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do that. And now this is what I'm really excited about. A wild card round, quarterfinals, semifinals, final, and then you go ahead and you go to the final. That actually sounds pretty good to me. I love that. Yeah, like, wow, that's another thing. Like, you can do a best of 5, you can do a 1 game off. Wow. That sounds pretty cool, to be completely honest. And this is the crazy one. You can set how many home games you play, how many away games you play, and in what order. Again, that is something that is pretty crazy. And you have so many formats available. Like if we play it here, you can see like they just go through all the formats. Like you can play a home game, then 3 away games, and then 4 home games, or 3 home games. You know, it's crazy. In the final, yeah, you can set it for each individual round too. Huh. Again, I might not touch it as much because I like classic 2 games at home, 2 games away, home, away, home. I love that kind of system. I think that's one of the most perfect systems you're gonna get. Not bad. And then the divisions come in. Alberta Aces. Look at that. 54 goals for Ovechkin, 54 for Matthews. Holy. Cale Makar. Cale Makar would not have that less of a goal total. Not bad. Look at that. To be able to put like all these teams from, you know, around the world and everything, that's pretty cool. I'm not much of a Chell guy, but you know, I did the playtest thing and like to get used to the actual player movement and everything. And I was playing on All-Star last year, and it started to get a bit easier. It feels like they fixed the difficulties, where like All-Star kind of like feels pretty decent. I'm trying to be as vague as possible because I can't talk to about anything directly related in the technical test because of the NDA I signed, but in terms of movement of players, I mean, it feels great. But no, NDA. I should not say NDA. Well, is it an NDA? I think so. Yeah. But yeah, like I can't wait to kind of see what happens with NHL in general. But yeah, and like honestly, World of Shell. I'm not much of a World of Shell guy, but online versus is something that I want to try a little bit more to kind of hone in my skills. And when you're editing lines and everything now, I love how they have all your X factors and everything there. So you can easily tell, you know, who is developing a little bit faster, who, you know, can be given, who is worthy of being given more X factors. I think look at Payday having 5. That's insane. Doesn't have an actual goal X factor, but we'll discuss that in another time. Not bad at all. And honestly, that's pretty much it. To be able to set your lines beforehand, that feels like a well worth addition to online versus. But yeah, that's honestly it. That's my reactions to both the presentation and game modes deep dive trailers. If you like my reactions, you have any comments about what I've said, just let me know, and I will try my best to answer those questions if I can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video / stream. It's not a stream necessarily. Well, just like the video. Hit the bell for latest notifications. Yeah, hit the bell for latest notifications. Subscribe if you haven't. There we go. Like and follow me on my Facebook page. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.